Tjena kära vänner, jag är nu hem i San Francisco som det ses. Så här, min lägenhet, min rymdkamrat var så snäll och pyntade lite grann med svenska flaggor och lite welcome back och we missed you so much och sånt. Jag ville alltså spela någonting just nu för att jag är typ klädd i min Stockholms uniform. Men jag ska till ett café. How should I say this? Soft opening of a cafe that the coffee company that I work for works with. Typ en klient. Ja, så jag ska dit med en av flera kollegor. Och då ska jag möta upp min vän Graham för att käka lite middag. Det regnar ganska mycket idag, fast det har pausat i ett tag. Men nu börjar det igen och jag precis idag köpte en ny paraply. För att min gamla gick sönder i Stockholm för typ 2-3 veckor sedan. Oj. Ja, så nu har jag nya. Cute. Och ja, förhoppningsvis ska jag ha en trevlig kväll. Har jag någonting mer att dela med er? Nej, det är ju skitkonstigt det var här. Men jag försöker bara njuta av stunden att jag faktiskt är här. För att man vet ju inte hur länge det ska alltså hur länge jag ska bo kvar här, ska jag säga. Ja, nu ska jag ha mitt hår så här. Fint. Någonting mer. Jag köpte en till ring för typ 2 dagar sedan. Den är gjort av sten och jag köpte den här och den här, båda två, på en ganska stor crystal shop här i San Francisco som heter Love of Ganesh. Och båda kostar ju $6. $6 styck ska man säga. Som de är riktigt billiga men fina som smycke tror jag. Jag skickade iväg min sista uppgift till min pappa för att han skulle läsa den. Och han sa väldigt fina saker om det. Det gör mig väldigt glad. Det var ju fint. Jo. Hej då. From my backyard. I'm about to eat this beautiful looking lunch. Let's see, I have an idea. That works. I'm cracking a cold one. How do I say it? Cracking a cold one. Ow. There's alien plant matter on my Coca-Cola. As I said, I'm in my backyard currently. About to have one of my favorite meals for lunch, which is carnitas tacos. I hadn't planned on making videos from San Francisco. And I don't think I'm gonna make it a regular thing. Oh no, I just realized I asked for the spicy hot sauce on my tacos. But, no. They usually give me a delicious green hot sauce, but I think I asked for the wrong thing. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I hadn't really planned on making videos from San Francisco, partially because I just feel like there's less like obvious direction narratively in my life here, but also I don't know, sometimes when I'm in a different location, YouTube really like tamps down the video audience, which is kind of sad, but I think I'm kind of missing making videos, which I never thought I would say. So I thought I would record something now and just kind of check in a little bit. Just say hi. Hi. I have been home for just a little over 3 weeks now. What? Is that even true? That feels insane. It's like the 29th today, and I flew home on April 5th. So, and I got home on a Sunday. Oh my god, I think it's true. I think I've only been home for like 3.5 weeks. That is just bonkers. I feel like I've been able to like land a little bit more. I mean, it's been kind of a crazy time anyway. These past few weeks, just like all the things hitting me full force. All the thoughts and decisions. Now this hot sauce looks really potent and I'm scared. Oh god, I hope I didn't just curse myself there. I don't know, but I thought, you know, I think one thing that's kind of interesting is that definitely here I feel like I have a little bit more space to like focus on finishing out some creative projects. So I've been making good progress on editing my novel, which is very exciting. Feels good to be like back in the daily flow of it. And I've been kind of like jotting down some notes for something new. I don't really know what it will turn out to be. Maybe a play. I hope a play. I would really like to write a new play sometime soon and direct something new, because I feel like it gives me so much energy and life to do that. But yeah, I've been reading 2 things recently that have been kind of like playing back and forth, and I think maybe the basis for whatever I end up doing. But I've been reading this one book called The Prop. Maybe I'll insert photo. The Prop, which is excellent. It's about props in cinema. And then I've also been, I think, rereading. I don't know. This is kind of sad. I'm pretty sure that I was assigned to read Susan Sontag's On Photography in college, but I don't think that I actually read it, or maybe it was just an excerpt. I don't remember, but I'm like pretty sure I engaged with this text in college. I know we had to read Barth's book on photography, but I don't recall now. In any case, I'm reading that as well, and just thinking about like image and object and various things. I have to take a bite of this taco because it's gonna get cold. Oh, and this is a very salsa-y bite. Maybe I'll start on the other end. These tacos are so good. So yes, I've been reading Susan Sontag's On Photography, which has been pretty interesting. I'm not that far into it, but it's almost interesting as at a meta level to sort of take notice of how it feels to read a text like that, and again reevaluate my whole orientation towards life, work, academic reading and writing, etc. And this morning I took 30 minutes and was reading out here, and it's just, I love the way that my mind feels when I'm reading a text like that. And that's how I felt at school too, just, you know, a couple months ago, like sitting at the Humanities Student Association reading, or at the library or whatever. It felt like so good and right to be in a space that was like specifically oriented towards doing that, and then have that be the anchoring thing in my day. Like when I do it here, I feel a bit like existentially swirling in terms of like, should I really be doing this right now? Like, don't I have something better to do? And the answer is no, not really. I mean, I have work, but I have extra time. And yeah, I think I really, I mean, I've like really been missing Sweden the last few days. Oh my God, how much I long for the summer. Like, like the other day I woke up and it was really early and it was cloudy. It was like 6 a.m. and the quality of the light really looked like, you know, that like summer light at like, say it's like end of June, it's like 10:30 p.m. and it's cloudy, like that blue kind of light. Oh my God, I love that. And I saw that out the kitchen window in the morning and I was like, oh my God, I want to go to there. I want to be there. But also I feel like I've just been really missing like the structure and routine and sort of like ease of school, where it's like, I know that I can go to this place, do this kind of work, be surrounded by people also doing a similar kind of thing. It's like such a relief for some reason. And I worry that I'm sort of Peter Panning myself. Like, you know, I never want to grow up, but I just feel like my brain is being used in such a good way when I'm like reading, thinking, synthesizing, and yeah, have to listen to that. At least I feel like I've gotten more used to like where I am. Like the first couple of weeks of being back, I felt like I was like constantly dressing inappropriately for the weather, like wearing too much clothing, or just, I don't know. I do think my cold tolerance has like gone up since being in Sweden, I have noticed, but yeah, at least I'm not like wearing tights under my pants when it's warm out. I've learned my mistake. The other fun thing that I was thinking about last week is the fact that I'm turning 30 in a little less than 2 months, which for all of you out there who have turned 30, you may understand and recognize the sort of pre-30 existential spiral of like just kind of reckoning with where your life is and maybe what your expectations were as a younger person for where you would be by this age. And I think that there are definitely some expectations that I had that have not panned out necessarily. But on the other hand, I actually am like, I don't know, this is not how I was feeling when I was having this existential spiral. I was feeling very melancholic and like several days ago. But now I feel a bit more grounded and like not so mopey. And I think actually upon reflection, I think I'm like pretty proud of what I've managed to do. Of course, there's some stuff that hasn't panned out, but like the fact that I've spent repeated significant time living out of the country is a real that's been a goal of mine since I was like 12. All the creative work that I've done, my friendships kind of like globally, I feel pretty good about, and also I think I've had the opportunity in the last couple of weeks to like really notice sort of like how much I've grown in the last even like 5 years and matured emotionally and become this, you know, refined version of myself. And I still have stuff to work on for sure, but I feel proud of myself in the way that I carry myself through the world. I think I've had to be resilient and face my fears to some extent, and I feel proud of that. It's definitely not a straight line, but I think I've done myself proud, as they say. That was so delish. Delish to the max. And now I have a little chip snack left, and sometimes when I go to this taco place, I like to just get a side of rice. Like this kind of so good. But I'll have that later. What else? What else is, well, I also sometime last week got to catch up with Shord, which was so nice. And I think also really important for me, like mentally, because it feels incredibly easy to just like come back here, and because it's so familiar and like nothing has really changed, like nothing has changed here, so it feels really easy to just like forget that everything in Sweden actually happened, you know? And it's been like sad, I think, too, to like really miss my friends and feel like, whoa, you know, we were like spending all this time together and now we're all in different places. So it was really, really nice and like restorative, I think, to talk to Shord. And it was just like a really good reminder that like that friendship is real. I actually do know this person, like we actually did spend time together, and like all those things that just happened were real, you know? Like it just makes me feel like I have this continuity that I was missing. And then also yesterday morning I talked to Greta, which was really nice, and we were just talking about like plans for the fall and some classes that she applied to that I also applied to. Like there's this writing program that we both applied to that could be so, like, I was just like, oh my god, imagine if we both get into that and we're both in it. Like how incredible and fun would that be? So I think those things are really good, and like in helping to insert a sense of like forward momentum and continuity, like I said, because it's easy to just come back here and be like, wait, what was I doing again? Like what just happened? Or like, did that even happen? And I'm really happy that we're in touch, staying in touch, you know? I love my friends. I feel so lucky to know all of them and have them in my life. I hope everybody out there is doing well, and I hope that spring is springing for you and that you're enjoying the longer days and warmer temps and blooming plants and everything else. It's very, very green, as you can see here. And yeah, we'll see what happens next. Catch you later. Bye. Hello. What day is it? It's Thursday. I'm going to my coworker Alejandra's apartment because she has to make these like videos for our Instagram account. They're like, Jesus Christ. Are you gonna stop? Hello? Very unsafe to cross the street here. There's no stop sign at this intersection. No stop sign, just a yield, and people are ripping through. Anyway, I'm going to my coworker Alejandra's apartment because she hosts these cute little things called Cafe Ale, because we post these like coffee recipe videos on the company Instagram, but it's so much more fun to do that when, are my glasses lopsided now? That's unfortunate. It's so much more fun to do that when there are like other people around and she's not just making the drinks for herself. So that's a good, nice, fun way to spend this beautiful day. So I'm gonna hop on the bus in about 3 minutes and see where the day takes me. Okay, I keep wanting to wrap up this video, but the truth is that I don't know how. I do wonder if I just sat on some sap. That would be unfortunate. I'm in the park now, as you can see. Lots of green all around. I'm figuring things out day by day, thinking about my life choices, you know, the regular. I actually have absolutely nothing constructive to add to this, so I'll just say goodbye.